down there. You've got both fighters now weighing in between the 80 to 90 kilogram weight limit. And let it go, boys. Fred, you go first. How's preparations going?
Preparation's been good. Just been teaching, training, working, so just working it around, not killing myself. But yeah.
Eat, sleep, breathe in the sport though?
That's what I mean. I just do it for a living, so.
Got no corners?
No, definitely not.
And which way do you see the fight going? Planning out? What's your history with Damien? Have you sparred him in the past?
I've never sparred him before.
Do you know much about him?
I only know that he trains at my old coach's gym. I don't know very much about him at all.
So would you see that as an advantage or a disadvantage?
I think going to any fight prepared for what you're expecting, really. So, you don't take anybody lightly, do you, really? My plan is to kick and punch him wherever his hands aren't. So,
So have you got a game plan going into the fight you're going to go against? What's your game plan? Stoppage, points?
Going for a knockout, obviously. That's my idea.
Knockout?
Yeah, that's my idea.
So just take over to your opponent and
Sure.
He's going for the knockout, Damien. So like I say, I've known you a long time, man.
Let's go for his knockout. If you think you can go for a knockout, can't you? But
we'll see
about that, won't we? We'll see.
Obviously going to see how your preparation's been going.
Yeah, it's been going great, mate. I've been sparring a lot. I'm getting 2 different camps I've been at the moment, and a lot of boxing and all that. And been sparring with some pretty big guys.
You say you've put a game plan together, knowing that you're training with his ex-coach.
I just get in there and fight, mate. You know what I mean? That's all I do. Get in there and just fight. Fight who gets spots in front of me. Simple.
What's the answer? What's the answer to the knockout?
Probably a head kick or something.
Well, is that what you're, is your...
Yeah, might be, might not be, do you know what I mean?
Boys, let it off, man.
Depends on it, you know what I mean?
Let it off, obviously.
Obviously, we're going to put a good show on for the people and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope you come prepared, I'm prepared, bro. Yeah, so I'm ready, I'm trained hard, you know what I mean?
I mean, you could say that you're gonna knock someone out, or you're not gonna knock someone out. At the end of the day, you throw punches and kicks with as much damage as you can, and hopefully you get the most damage out of it that you can do. So if you knock me out, that's great. If you knock you out, that's fantastic.
Come with that lion art, do you know what I mean? If you've got that lion art, mate, then you've got it, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
I know. How do you feel about, obviously under the BKB promotion, with the weight between an 80 to 90 kilogram weight limit, 10 kilos?
No different to me, mate, you know what I mean? Because I've been doing it for so long, it's just like every opponent you get in there, they still feel the same as what they felt in the last time, do you know what I mean?
So basically the same approach is like how every other man fighting man thinks, like, 2 arms, 2 legs, a man's a man.
I've not trained any of a different style, I've just trained hard and as hard as I can, do you know what I'm saying?
At the end of
would you say you've upped your game for this fight with being on a BKB promotion, or would you say you've just trained the exact same, or have you upped your game because of the type of opponent you've got?
I've been fighting loads of taller opponents because I knew he was a bit taller than me. But I just happen to be blessed with having loads of really tall mates, so that's fine, isn't it?
We've all got a few of them, haven't we? Yeah. Now, well, boys, like I said, man, hopefully, you're just doing it in respect to sport. There's not really much bad blood there, man.
No, like I say, we're going to put a good show on, like I say, you know what I mean?
So what should we call it then now, boys? Handshake, the best man wins, face off, and that's it. Let's do it, boys. Let's go.
Make the way down, haven't they? Make the way down there.
You ready, lad?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
Shake hands. All right.
Well done, boys. Just call the Swan up.
Swan!
Come on, the Swan.
Yes. The man himself. In the house. Wherever you want to sit, my mate.
Pick your seat, you're in the hot seat tonight, Swan.
Go, Swan boy!
Right, so obviously those people that know previously, or people who are on YouTube and everything else, we all know how loud the Swan can be. We've had him on the fight card before, and to be fair, he can back it up. His opponent can't make it today, so he'll be here tomorrow. But we'll introduce the Swan as Gordon, the Swan who just comes for a bit of a tear up, doesn't he? And no holds barred, and don't stop doing 3,000 press ups on a Monday afternoon. Phones me 10 times a day, but we'll introduce the Swan. The Swan, let it off.
Yes, well, I'm here ADHD awareness. And I want to make it aware that his medication is awful and it's affecting his kids. Right?
It's over now today.
Now, that's the ADHD alien. And that's how the kids feel in school, like an alien, and like the kids. So I'm here to get a
fights.
message with this ADHD.
The bottom line, but the Swan fights for ADHD awareness.
Come on, Swan, lads! Come on! I want you one behind.
So Swan, what would you say your preparations have been for this fight? Because I know that since last
There's
Friday.
one victory to this one. that was a big.
Nah, because we're not realistic. I know you, and I know that, but you've not stopped training since the last one.
Nah, like.
So I mean,
The
what?
last camp and this camp, it's all for one of them to show like the ADHD. We're not.
And you
just
fight for
about
ADHD
label.
awareness, don't you?
Yeah, ADHD.
So,
label.
Get through this fight, Swan. Yeah, and on the third one,
Yeah,
I'll give you a shot. Yeah. You've got the opportunity for the yeah, of course you have.
Right,
so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
of course you have. Yeah, you're
Bottom of
welcome.
my heart. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're-
And yourself, Ian, and yourself.
So going into this fight, Swan.
Yeah.
See, obviously your opponent can't speak today, but I know that you can speak for him. What are you going to do to him?
Well, I look at the last fight I did really well, and I did a knockout of the night, so I've got to build on that now, and I broke his larynx, so I've got to do something more than that this
Are you
time.
going to inflict pain?
Yeah, in a very like nice manner where I don't get hurt or touch Stephen or Nick come close.
So how are you going to do that then, this
I'm
one?
going to render him unconscious with an uppercut.
what
I want to use the cage as well, the wall, to do it, you know. So
So you're going to say you've been
Superman
working on
uppercut off the
your
cage.
craft?
Superman uppercut, yeah.
uppercut off the cage.
Superman uppercut.
Right on, through the guard, on the jaw, on his back. Good night.
Now
Come on,
listen,
this one.
you're always a character, mate. Nice to have you here.
Visualise it and do it. Visualise it and do it. I said I'm going to knock him out and put him in a recovery. I did it last time.
You can't be listening. You're not putting no one in recovery, mate. You're here to
Nah,
fight and
even
go.
this time.
That's
Even
it.
this
Now,
time.
but jokes aside, though, you've trained hard preparation.
man.
You're in shape.
I'm in shape.
Any
mate,
injuries
ready.
in the training camp?
Nah, nothing, mate. I'm great.
Right,
I'm
that's it.
great.
Listen, he
I'm
can't speak for himself.
100%. 100%.
You'll have to do something for when it
I
comes
can't wait. And who's my opponent again? Sorry,
So you
sir.
find a guy called Jordan. So obviously you had two opponents pulling out. So you find Jordan Bland, so you have to speak for him. So
Right.
surely he's watching this on the live stream.
I
So
don't wanna-
What we
I
can do
don't
tomorrow,
wanna
this one,
slag
you can
the
have
fella.
a
I
stand-up
appreciate
for
him to come and fight me first and foremost, to get in there and fight this one. So you must have some big bollocks on him, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And birds of a feather flock together, he's going down in one.
is that what happens with swans?
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together. And I'm a golden swan, mate.
Everyone put it together for the swan, mate.
Come on! Thank you so much. Cheers, mate.
ADHD awareness.
Go on, Swan, get a picture of me and you.
ADHD awareness, innit?
Let's go. I'm going to shock them. I'm going to shock the world.
Yeah, put it together for the swan, man. ADHD awareness. Simon Johnson, Bradley Scott, memorial title fight. Both guys make up to that. So we'll start with an introduction there now. So I think both guys heavyweight fight. Obviously they're fighting for the memorial title of a close friend of ours that was sadly, been laid to rest a few weeks ago. It's an emotional one for his family, friends, 3D Fight Club itself, and you just got to put your hands together for the two men that are willing to put it on the line, for a man they didn't know, and we can only really honour that and respect that and just put it together for the boys. And it goes out to Tom Campbell and his family, and hopefully they'll come tomorrow, and they'll kind of know what Tom Campbell meant for the Manchester community of all. And like you're saying, we'll just leave that one there and save the rest for tomorrow night, because it's going to be a scream of the fight, the introduction, and just watch out for the screen, the big screen. So I'm going to go over to Simon Johnson now. This one here made me laugh because he got phoned to go for the bare knuckle fight just so we could pay for his car wheels.
No car injectors.
It was. He went down to the field and he fought a veteran called Mick Ord, and the fight lasted about 5 seconds. Fair play to both men, and then that's brought him to the platform today, and since that one day on the field, he lives for it.
It gets better than that. I weighed the Jeep in now, so
He weighed his card in, but you know, it's just the joys of the sport. It brings all different kinds of characters, but you know, jokes aside, both men are going to put it on a line, and then obviously we're moving over to Bradley as well, and you know, he's travelled all the way up from Bristol. Strong MMA background, strong fighting background. You know, you can see there's not really much size difference. You know, we'll see how in terms of ability when they're both in the cage, because you know, you can go either way. You've got a guy that just turns up who loves to fight, and a guy that lives to fight. So, what's your preparations, Bradley, in terms of the fight? Which way do you see it going, and how have you took your approach on it? Has it been different from what you've done previously in the past?
Yeah, massively, to be honest with you, because I've got to be honest, I was drunk watching YouTube, and I got a message come through saying, do you fancy a bare knuckle? Well, I fancy that. And then the next morning, I got a text message. I don't know who it was, any of you three, or don't know who it was, and I forgot. And I woke up and I got a bare knuckle boxing fight. I thought, this is fantastic. Do you know what I mean? And then I saw the little videos he put up, you know, in it, and I couldn't stop laughing. This is going to be a great day for me.
Yeah.
Afterwards will be better when we go out. When we go out afterwards, will be great. You coming out there after party meal
I
food?
don't drink me, mate, so I don't really think I'll be going out for
What a wet wipe! Come
He'll be
on.
fixing his car wheels. His new car. No, but Joseph, so what in terms of preparations? Obviously, that's how you have you prepared for the fight. In terms of what have you done different than what you would have done with your MMA training?
Yeah, so obviously take the kicks, takedowns, all that away. And fair play to you lot kicking. Not a chance. I can't kick above the knee. But personally, all I've done, I joined the boxing club in Bicester. I've been training with some Irish boxing champion.
I know who that
What's
is.
his name?
Mike Sweeney.
So it's Gary
Gary
Sweeney.
Sweeney, cousin of mine.
I've been training with. Yeah, he's a. That was
Fighting in
damaging.
3 weeks, and he got it.
That was damaging. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's big, isn't he?
Very good.
He wasn't very nice. Yeah, so I've been training with him a lot. Not feeling so fresh afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't trained in about 5 years, so it's a nice wake-up call. Simon's helped me out. I would say I'd put the bottle down a little bit.
But
Well, a little bit.
I mean, do you know what's good about the fight? The way you know, in terms of the belt you're fighting for, the way you've both just approached the fight. I know it's through respect to sport, but you know, I have to put it in there. How do you see the fight going on your side?
I see myself winning personally. I've got more experience. I've got nothing but respect for him coming out.
Yeah.
But I see myself winning.
In terms of when you say winning, would you say points, stoppage, or are you just going for the win and that's?
Mate, I
Just as long as you get the
never
win.
ever look for a knockout. I just look for the win.
Right,
And if
yeah.
a knockout comes, it comes. That's the easiest way. You can't go wrong then, can you?
Yeah.
That way you don't get shot in the foot. You said you were going to knock him out.
Cover all
But
corners.
I also said I'd win.
Si, in terms of yourself, obviously, like I just saying, you know, and respect goes both ways. How your opponent spoke like, so I know there's no bad blood there, but you know, I have to ask the question: which way do you see the fight going in terms of?
I see it as me winning, innit? Otherwise I won't be here. Not here to lose.
No, I understand that. So, in terms of what you're going for, you're going in there for the knockout. You're going in there for the long day, because you know you don't get paid for the overtime.
Yeah,
in
we
this
don't
game.
get paid overtime, so you got to try and win it early, ain't you?
Mate, just let him know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't laugh at you because you keep saying in it.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at you. It's the accent as well. It's not nothing disrespectful.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at winning as well, so it's going to be a good one, innit?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? You know, like I say, for the respect to sport and what we, on behalf of the whole 3D Fight Club team, you know, and the Greater Manchester and Manchester community for the belt that you guys are fighting for, you know, it's an honour to have you on the show. Do you know what I mean? And you know, no, it is. You know, and like you're saying, this belt means a lot. You know, it means a lot just to us and friends and stuff like that. So we appreciate that, guys, and the respect to sport, man. So handshaking, face off, and then let's go from there, boys.
Nothing but respectful, and I appreciate that you're fighting for
And
as well.
that's the joys about this game. You know, it brings characters together from all walks of life, and the respect is always shown. Sometimes not before, but to see it beforehand and afterwards means a lot.
He's
It's
a
nice.
nice guy, got nothing bad to say about him at all. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
We squared it off,
and you,
boys.
bro.
Let's go.
Thanks a lot, pal. Well done,
Not much in size, is there?
Not too close, boys.
There's not much in size on there.
There you go, boys. Shake hands. Well done.
And the next one.
Right, so Tony Means is tomorrow.
Yes, I'll leave him.
Stumpy's not here, so. Kieran Russell, man. The man from the King of the South. Is that what it is?
You're saying it.
Although that's the message you sent me, but to be fair, you know, he come, he was a bit like the Swan really, he might have the life out of me. Trained hard, sent me pictures every day to prove his training, proved his dedication, and now he's here today to do the business. Unfortunately, his opponent can't be here, but his opponent is still the opponent that he's fighting tomorrow. He's dropped 3 stone in weight. You're in, you know, for me, you're in really good shape. So I know you've put yourself through the paces.
To be honest, I feel a lot different. I got out of jail in January and I come out 97 kilo. Now I'm at 85. So it's a lot, and that's hard. It was hard to push it because when I was in prison, there's COVID, so we didn't get no time out. We didn't get no exercise. So you're sitting eating carbs and you put on weight. So that happened for me. But when I got out,
How do you, like I was saying, you know, I know we spoke previously before, but how do you feel in terms of, like, you know, kind of experience of being ex-fighters ourselves and fighters and stuff? It's all down to how you lose the weight to how you're going to perform on the night. How would you say you've lost the weight, and how do you think that's going to be on your performance when you're in the cage? Obviously, fighting BKB.
Running. I ran 5k every day. Sometimes I'd run up to 10k. And I do that 5-6 times a week.
Do you think you've done the weight in a natural way?
Yeah.
In terms of that, so you're going to feel strong?
Yeah, dieting.
You've cut the weight properly.
Feel good.
You feel good in that, because 3 stone's a lot of weight, and you've only lost it over no matter what, 8 weeks.
But I'm only 5'9", so
yeah,
that 97 kilo, that's not my natural weight anyway. That was just fat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that,
we all know fat's the worst enemy, don't we? Do you know what I mean? We all know that. But how would you say in terms of, obviously, because your previous background's MMA?
MMA, yeah. Boxed as a youngster.
So you have got boxing experience, and so how would you say you've took the approach in terms of your camp? Because you've been on what? You've done camp for 10 weeks. When I first spoke to you on it, was about 10 weeks.
I've done camp. I was in camp for the original first day. So I've just had an extended camp really, and I ain't stopped. So
would you not say you've peaked in between that time to affect your performance? And
I had a week off in between it, and then that was it, and then just flat out.
Yeah. How would you say in terms of, obviously I don't really know too much about your opponent, but I know that your opponent's had a win in BKB previously, and
I think he's had about 4 or 5 fights.
4 or 5 fights. His last one was a decent win. How would you say you're going to approach him on a night with his experience? You're going to use your previous boxing experience with the fitness you've just gained on top of the weight loss to win the fight, or are you just going to go in and have a shootout?
Obviously, it's BKB. I don't want to get it really. I've got scar tissue around my face as it is. So
you're going to
in the face before,
so you're going to use your experience of boxing approach on a back foot, maybe push him on the front foot.
I'm going to knock him out within 30 seconds, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah?
I promise you, I'm going to try my hardest to do the quick one. Just bang, 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 out.
So we're going for the shootout then?
I can go the distance, I'm fit, but it's my first fight, so I want to put on a show. I want everyone to remember, that guy, remember when he knocked out such and such? So I want to be that guy.
Is it fair to, on behalf of the team, the people are here, the viewers that are watching, is it fair to say that you're going to try and go for knockout of the night, or is that too much of a big statement on a big platform like this?
I want to. Whether I will is a different thing, but you never know. My man could turn up on the night active, but I'm looking to.
So, just a question for your coach in terms of, obviously, you know, I presume you've done the full camp with him.
Yeah.
How would you say, are you happy with the way he's performed, the way he's cut the weight, the way he is now, or would, you know, do you reckon there's room for improvements moving forward, or do you think this is...
There's loads of room for improvement.
There's always room, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he come to us just overweight. We're just training, giving him sparring, but all it was really concentrating on making him lose the weight. He was too heavy, you know, getting a bit of timing back, and he's just got out of nick. So you can imagine what he's doing. He's just sitting there, doing nothing.
Would you say you're more than happy with the way he's performing to, obviously?
As good as what he can do in this camp, you know what I mean, leading forward. So we get something better, we move a bit better.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think you'd say you've ticked all the relevant boxes in this camp?
I think he's got enough to go and do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
You know, he could get him out of there in a couple, I think. And if he don't, he'd get it all the way home. So.
The boys, like I say, man, they've got really nothing to add on the matter there, obviously, with your opponent not...
Hey, remember what the deal is. If he loses, you get the 3D Fight Club tattoo on his ass.
And he'll do it and all.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, man, you know, I'm not going to put that pressure on you for a knockout of the night, but, you know, I'm going to be edging for and itching for it, man, so...
I'm coming here to make a stand. I'm coming here to be recognised. I ain't coming here just to do one fight and go home. I'm coming here and I'm going to...
Progress.
On the contract, it's a 3 years deal, right? So you've got me 3 years. Active, all 3 years, don't worry. I'm here to stay.
Fair play to you, Garrett.
You're going to see.
Let's get your picture, boys, move on.
You're going to see. That will be one eventually, trust me. Don't worry about that.
Come on, Garrett, we'll get a picture there.
Thanks, lads.
Love it, man. Next one, Josh going, you know. Is it?
Yeah, that's Johnny Royal, Ben Mercer.
Where's Josh?
Ben Mercer can't make it.
Josh Corn, is it? Yeah, so we get him. What?
Josh and Jack Bennett.
Yeah. So shout out Josh.
Yeah. Josh Corner.
Make your way to the stand, Josh. Come on, man. Anywhere you want.
Anyway, you want.
That's the
That's things probably good.
Big dog, good.
That's things, man.
See you, boys. Yeah, it's big deal in sport.
The one and only.
Nice, bro.
So, going back to 3D Fight Club 1. Now, Josh was active, you know, we come to us, and in all fairness, to be fair, he took his last fight at 2 weeks' notice. Was
8 days, bro.
Eight
Days, Rush.
So, to say a long week, a 7-day week, you know, when, to be fair, he come on the night there, and the fight was going his way. Unfortunately, he fell short, but it's bare knuckle boxing. You know, when it's what you kind of got to look at in bare knuckle boxing. It's not how you get beat, it's not getting beat, it's how you get beat, come back, reevaluate yourself, readjust yourself, and have the balls to get straight back in there, which Josh has shown over time and time again. Obviously, his opponent fell short in the first fight as well, but you know, he is coming to fight. He couldn't make it today, but we all know, you know, if you're watching Josh's Instagram posts and you look at the shape of him, he's always in shape, he's always willing to fight, and you know, I believe when he puts it on, you know, he does perform on the night, and you know, I've got to say, his last opponent, he gave him hell for the first round and a half. You know, he gave him hell, and
the full round. He got it bad, bro. But
he got it bad, and it was just
everyone saying to me afterwards, blah blah blah. I said, it's fucking bare knuckle.
But
I can't swear, can I? I said it's bare knuckle boxing. Do you know what I mean? Listen, anything can happen. And I've gone in as more of one of the inexperienced fighters, and you know, it's just taught me a valuable lesson. Like, I thank Ashkin for that. No. You know what I mean? I've done what I've done. I've took a loss and I've took it gracefully like a man. I've had no bad feelings. Fair play. Picked him up afterwards, shook his hand, boom, 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 had a drink together, this, that and over.
Josh, would you agree? I always agree. It's always better to lose earlier on in your career than later on in your career, because now, you know, it does make you or breaks you, done it kind of thing.
At the start of my career.
Yeah,
but that's... How many fights have I had? I've had 3 fights.
3 fights,
and
but...
you know what I got into my head, yeah? This is what it taught me most. I had them 2 easy fights start off with, bang, bang, first round knockouts on both of them. So I was trained in my head to win then. I'd not lost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I did lose, I was a bit like, fucking hell, this doesn't feel nice. Sorry, I keep swearing, don't I? Didn't feel nice. But what it's taught me is now I can go into a ring, I don't carry that burden of I have to win. Yeah. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. But now I know how it feels to lose.
Would you say that? Do you know when you know, for me, I think when you're fighting an opponent that's not scared to get beat, that makes a man more dangerous.
I'm not scared, bro. I'm far from scared.
It makes you more dangerous as an opponent because you're not scared to get beat. So
yeah, especially in bare knuckle boxing, innit? Yeah. It's a different game. It's one punch changes everything.
Do you know, since obviously your last training camp to your last fight to that loss, how have you adjusted in training camp? Done anything different? Obviously,
do you know what it is? Yeah,
before on stuff you've worked on, but you didn't work on in the past as well.
I won't say too much, obviously, because I can't be asked getting beat again. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know what it is? Yeah. I've just switched it up a little bit. So, whereas I was going for 5-mile runs before, doing a mile run a lot faster. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing a 12. It's not a 12-round fight. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're not 3-minute rounds. So I was training before like a madman.
So you're doing intensity training now?
So more intensity training, working on my guard. You know what I mean? That's what let me down before. Yeah. I'd gone in a little bit too confident in that second round in my last fight, and I walked in my guard low. I mean, as an opponent, as Ash, fair play to him, he picked his time and he got it, and do you know what I mean? It works out for him. Now that's my own stupidity. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I dropped my guard from there to there. What sort of man walks into a fight with his hands there? It's my own stupid fault. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I've changed up quite a lot, and I put it into practice tomorrow night.
You say you took a lot from that?
Yeah, I took loads from it. Yeah, it taught me a valuable lesson.
Don't take fights at short notice.
No, I'll take a fight. I'll fight tomorrow night, and then if you want to put somebody else on to me and pay me the same day, I'll fight day after. Do you know what I mean? But it's not about the time. It's about my own inexperience. Do you know what I mean?
In terms, you know, I'm not going to go too much on your opponent. You know your opponent from.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah,
he's a good kid, and obviously there's respect both ways. And
yeah.
You know, Jack. You know, he will come and you know he'll give a good account of himself.
Yeah, he's coming to fight. He's not coming in to play a game. Do you know what I mean? He's coming to fight. Do you know what I mean? And
you can't ask no more than that. And I think that what makes it interesting with you and Jack, you're both southpaws as well.
Yeah, both souths. Nice, bro. It's nice. Do you know what? I don't think I've fought a southpaw before.
Yeah.
Even in streets.
Have you done any? Have you struggled with getting training for southpaws?
No, because we mix it up us. So I always make it so. Like I said about an experience, further on down the line, I do a lot of switching in me.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of my training in orthodox, but I'll also do it in my own stance, which is southpaw. So I can switch it up if needs be. I mean, if it's necessary, I can switch it up. Which I'm guessing, if he's been training that way, he'll be doing a similar sort of thing. As any fighter, you boys yourselves, I'm guessing you can fight in a southpaw stance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just not your dominant. It's just not your dominant stance, is it? Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
You know, in terms, I mean, obviously, like I said, I don't want to kind of put on a spot because I know there's a lot of respect between both camps in terms of Jack Bennett and yourself.
Yeah.
I know when Jack comes out, he fights Team Lola, which was his niece.
I've got a lot of respect for that. A hell of a lot of respect.
And I've got to ask the question. I ask it to all fighters. It sounds like I repeat myself, but which way do you see the fight going against Jack Bennett with him being a southpaw, upright?
What do you mean? Which way do I see it going?
Which way do you see the fight going in terms of obviously you're going for the win?
Oh, I'm going to win, obviously. I'm going for the win, but I'm guessing he's going for the win as well.
He's going to go for the win, but how do you see it going in your favour? Is it going to be an early stoppage, points win, knockout? Or are you just going to go for,
do you know what it is? I've changed my whole style of fighting, so I can't call something I haven't done before. So what I will say to you is, I'm going in and I'm fighting.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking about. Do you know what I mean? I'm going in and I'm going all guns blazing. And however that may end is the way that it'll be, but I'm going in to win that fight. And I'm guessing he'll be saying exactly the same thing, but only tomorrow night I'll tell.
Do you know what it is? Tomorrow night I'll tell. I think that, what makes the fight, it does make it interesting because you see Jack, when he came, kind of like early doors, and he came game as a novice, but, he was game. And, for me, and I don't want to say this, but I didn't think I'd see Jack after the way he got knocked out in the first fight. So I didn't think he'd want to get back into it, and it's like
him, because that was a bad knockout.
This time round, I've noticed he's trained a lot harder.
Yeah, of course.
You've seen it.
I've seen it myself. Yeah.
That would have made you up your game, obviously. With the training, you can see.
Listen, I don't really watch other people. That's not what makes me up my game. My own self, my own mental attitude makes me up my game. I don't focus on. I like Jack, so don't take this in the wrong way, but I don't give a fuck what anybody else does. I just focus on myself. If I feel good, feel strong, feel fit, feel healthy, mind, body and soul, I'm good, I'm ready.
How do you find about making the weight? Have you done anything different to make the weight? Because you sat at the comfortable weight.
My first fight on my debut, when I got called up to fight, I weighed 87 kg, which you can clearly tell I don't now. I weigh 72. So I dropped 15 kg for that fight.
Yeah.
And then just sat nice at
so you walk around at that weight, don't you? Really?
I walk around at 72 now. I feel better at 72. I feel younger. I feel fitter. I feel stronger. It sounds mad, but I feel more powerful.
You feel younger. I need some of you.
I'm telling you. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've got this big mad beard and that, but without this beard, I look younger, bro.
Yeah. What, you're trying to say here, get rid of mine? Get rid of mine.
It's one of them, isn't it? But yeah, no, I feel comfortable at this weight. I feel nice for every aspect, even with my kids at home and that. Do you know what I mean? Like being able to do stuff with my kids and that. 72 kg is nice. I think that's where I live now.
That's the one, brother.
Fuck that 87 with big swollen head and that. I get a big fat head in at me when I was at 72.
Yeah, title fight,
Yeah.
So obviously, they always say winning the title is one thing, but then retaining it's another. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I'm ready. I'm ready to win it, and I'm ready to fucking keep hold of it.
Yeah.
You tell me when.
You know what it is as well. Because you guys that sit in like the 72 to 80 kilo kind of weight limit. It's an active weight limit. That
there's a lot of hard bastards in there. I mean, some serious people are going to be coming my way.
But like I'm ready. Guys like yourself, Josh, it's strap season, so it's time to start collecting them straps, and
come on, bro.
There's a means to go on, and it's going to be a screamer. I can't be biased about it, but.
Be biased, bro.
I think we should wrap up there, man. Put it for Josh Gordon.
We'll
get a picture, Josh. Come on, bro.
Keep it nice and warm, boys, you know what I mean? Let's fuck well off, let me get my hands up.
Nice one, boys.
Come on.
Right, who's the next one? So you've agreed for the other film to work on these tomorrow?
Yeah, you should get on
Right,
that.
so what we're doing is
That's the last one for today.
Johnny Royal. Go on, Johnny Royal. Make your way to the front. So people, go on. So going back to the very first promotion, Johnny was one of the first fighters that come to us to get on the actual fight cards. And unfortunately he had an injury, he had a car crash, he was unable to get on the card. It was 50-50 whether he could fight again, to be honest. And it's not the only time it actually happened. You know, when he sat down patiently for nearly 6 months waiting for brain scans, and then 3D Fight Club 2 is here now, and he's not stopped training all the way through, and he brings him here today. And all he does, what I know of Johnny Royal, he trains hard, he's committed, and all he ever wants is to fight on this promotion and obviously one day fight for the title. Unfortunately his opponent can't really be here today, for whatever reasons that is, but you know, I'm going to leave it on to Johnny there. He speaks well for himself. I've known him a long time. He trains hard. He's had a good, strong boxing background, and it's over to you, Johnny. Just run us through yourself.
Obviously, do you know what I mean? It's been 6 months rehearsals in my head, this, do you know what I mean? Being sat back at the table and looking back out again. So, what a pleasure it is to be back out here and fighting on a promotion not what I'll be on. Do you know what I mean? You'll read it across the board. I wasn't short wording in where I wanted to be at all. Do you know what I mean? This is definitely where I want this to take place, and for the title, live fight TV, 55 countries I'm reading. Do you know what I mean? What an honour. So, what is it? Do you know what I mean? I've been training, like I said, like Dean said, throughout for the last 6 months now. From the day that I had the crash, I was in the gym the next day. You know, broke ribs, still trying to move, still hitting pads, still hitting the bags, and it's been consistent. So tomorrow night's just going to be a rehearsal of what I've been going through in my head for 6 months non-stop, you know, in my own head with it. So
I mean, obviously going back to 3D Fight Club 1, I don't really want to recap on it, but you lost out. Now there was a fight on there between, you were meant to fight Danny DeVell on 3D Fight Club 1. Yeah. And then he went on to fight Joel Aldi, which for me was a close fight. And I noticed after the fight he was giving Danny DeVell a bit of stick. Danny DeVell was willing to obviously fight on 3D Fight Club 2 for the belt. For whatever reason he's pulled. We tried to make that fight happen. We didn't make that fight happen. So we've managed to get you the WSO title fight against Ben Mercer. What do you think about your opponent? How do you feel about fighting your opponent, knowing it was a change of an opponent? And which way do you see it going?
There's only one way this is going. Do you know what I mean? There's only one way this is going here. There's no other outcome. And, you know, you go through... I don't know how it is for other fighters, but I'm deeply logical in my own problems in life. So I've gone through every scenario this fight can go in. And I'm shitting you now. I'm not even... No lies at all. There is no scenario in this fight that would bother me. There's no fight, the way that I am right now, there's no scenario in a fight where I'll feel uncomfortable. I'm ready for the worst. I'm ready for my nightmares, unfortunately, became a thing that I was very comfortable with. There is nothing no man can do to me that's going to get me bothered right now.
Do you know, going back 6 months ago before you had the accident, you know, you was in serious shape. You know, I used to watch on your social medias and stuff like that, like we do with all the fighters, and you was in serious shape. I've not really seen too much of your recent stuff. How would you say camp's going in terms of 6 months ago to 6 months now? Would you say you're in the same shape, better shape, under peak, over peak, and ready to
I'm in
go?
a more simple shape. That's the way that I think I've cut a lot of things that just wasn't making sense. Yeah, it was
like
great.
The mental side of things,
it was great to be in.
It
was great to look great. It's great to look great for a short time, and then after a few weeks, it's hard to maintain that. It's unrealistic. You know, so right in this fight camp, it had to make sense, it had to be simple, and it had to, you know, for myself outside the camp, I don't want to be going home and feeling like shit, and then doing 100, 200 mile drives to Scotland at the weekend, and it's been an efficient fighter for me. That's what I'm coming into this as. My whole setup to this has just made sense and being functional to my fight, and that's it. No stupidity with lifting weights. I've not been lifting heavy weights like I used to lift for 40s and 140s on the bench, like silly weights. I don't need that. It's been entirely functional, and I'm feeling fitter. I'm mentally sharper than I've ever been.
So winning the WSO title belt, and obviously, you know, I'm not going to go on about defending the belt because I'm not too far ahead, but winning the belt, what's it going to mean to you, winning this belt? Knowing you've waited 6 months, missed out on a title shot the first time round.
I don't know.
Till you win it?
I don't know. I can't answer that question, but you'll see it written all over my face tomorrow night. I can't answer that question. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone else with my story, right? And the pages will come and go. See you tomorrow night. I'll be living out a page that I've written out. It's as simple as that.
There's viewers that are going to be viewing this. There's people who know, obviously, no doubt your opponent that's not here today is going to be viewing this. Have you got a message for him?
Come sharp, lad. Come sharp. There is literally nothing, no man, no woman, no God that can make me feel any type of pressure in life no more, lad. You're going to have to bring something that I've never experienced. If not, good luck. As simple as.
People, let's put it together for John.
One. Johnny, off your phone. Ready, yeah?
Use a nod, Rock.
Yes.
Good to go.
Yeah, 100%.
So guys, 3D Fight Club 2, August the 19th, Bowling's Exhibition Centre, Manchester. You know, main event, travelled all the way from Brazil. Veterans in the game. Veterans, more than veterans. Still kicking it, still keeping it real, still here at the table. Still good to go, put it on the line to fight for the WSO title at 3D Fight Club 2. So, you got it's an interesting main event really, because you've got two veterans in the game where, you know, they come from strong MMA backgrounds, you know, a lot of good wins under the belts, a lot of good battles, and still ready to battle on more. 3D Fight Club's going to host this event. Now, what you're going to find tonight is what at 3D Fight Club is what you're going to get between two athletes is history, because I don't think this has ever been done before. Two veterans from all the way from Brazil, South America, brought to the centre of Manchester, Bowlers Exhibition Centre, to fight for the WSO title in a bare knuckle fight in a octagon. It's never really been done before, so for us it's exciting to get these guys on the card, and let's see what they can do, and hopefully, you know, respect to sport, the best man's going to win on the night, which is going to be tonight. Now, I know that both teams are sat here now, both coaches, teams are sat here saying he's the best man, he's the best man. You know, none of us really know who the best man is going to be till showtime. So, go take over to you, Lucas. How would you say your preparations have been going with Fernando in terms of this fight? And I'll let it over to you.
Yeah, Fernando first, he wants to say thank you for Federation and give him the opportunity for fight. He is in great performance, you know, great shape. He prepared for that fight 3 months, hard work, and 3 weeks ago also a fight in Russia. He win, so his confidence is really there. He feel okay, he feels strong, he feel ready.
Yeah.
So you can see, guys, he's healthy, no injuries.
Yeah, I respect Carlos Boy. This war, the hell and the Manchester. Host.
Yeah. But how would you say in terms of, now I believe that this fight was meant to have happened previously in the past on another organisation, was usually meant to fight previously in that. Would you say you prepared the same as what you've done previously for the same fight, or have you prepared, has your preparation been different for this fight than being bare knuckle? How would you say your preparations have gone?
Would you prep and do any specific for this fight and how it looks your preparation?
Okay. My preparation is boxing and training box all 3 months, but fala para ele que eu vou ter a melhor performance da minha carreira hoje e no boxe.
So he changed, of course, he have to change the preparation because usually he fight in MMA, but his background is a Muay Thai champion as well. So he focus on the striking. He eliminates some different technicals because of course he changed the time of the limit fights, because there is the 6 rounds, 2 minutes. So he put everything on that prep, to strict how the fight will look in tonight, with his opponents. Yeah.
And where do you see, in terms of the actual of the fight, I'm going to give the question to obviously your coach, which is yourself, and then obviously to Fernando, but you're probably going to come with the same answer, but it's bizarre the way I've got to do it. How do you see the fight going as his coach? How do you see the fight going?
That's a question for me, okay. Of course, yeah. Man, we feel confident, yeah, there's no doubt, we believe, on his win. He put effort like he never put on any other fights, So he's also feel great to be here. With whole respect to his opponents, he's also a great fighter, and it's gonna be a good fight, guys. This is heavyweight title shot, and don't blink. Because it will be not 6 rounds. I'm give you and we take the belt.
So would you say take it to Fernando? Do you think it's going to be an early stoppage, or are you just coming for the W? You're just going to come and take the win and go home?
Do you want me to ask him?
Yeah.
I know the answer, but I ask him. So he want to ask you, how do you see the fight?
Bro, I miss you in my family, but this is title. Come back to me in Brazil and São Paulo, no Bahia, São Paulo.
How do you want to show the fight? It's going to be knockout?
Yeah,
you going for knockout?
I am knockout all times.
Knockout.
Yeah. As you see the future previous fight of the Fernando.
Yes.
Fernando.
No points.
He not calculated. Yeah. He go for war.
Yeah.
So taking it over to you, Carlos. Obviously, we spoke briefly previously. You've got a similar kind of background. Obviously, what you're up against. It's not a walk in the park. How would you say you've prepared going into the battle with the likes of Fernando?
First, I have to say there is a little bad blood here between us because since my last fight, and I used to respect him as a fighter. When I didn't fight yet, he was fight already. Yeah. I used to respect him, but after my last fight, he started to talk shit about me when he didn't know about nothing. He talked shit. He disrespect me, my teammates, and now he will pay the price. All I have to say is this.
Would you say that because of the way you felt like you was disrespected after the last fight, would you say your preparations in the camp, you've gone up again?
I'm in the highest level I can be now. Yeah,
and would you say you're quite confident in terms of?
Yeah, for sure.
And how would you say before the fight your respect towards him? If he wouldn't have disrespected you don't think you'd be here now?
Can you repeat, please?
If he didn't show you disrespect,
he will be spanked anyway. But now I have a little angry inside of me that I put off today.
So there's definitely some spite there between both athletes.
Yeah.
And then where would you say, in terms of fighting for the title, obviously how do you feel it's going to be with his background, knowing his experience in the octagon, but you're fighting bare knuckle?
Yeah, it's my first time bare knuckle bar, but boxing is my first. How can I say?
Let's say your first kind of discipline.
Yeah. I train boxing since I was 12 years old. Now I'm 27. Yeah. So, box for me is like a. How can I say?
Would you say that his height could be an advantage to him, or and a disadvantage to yourself, or would you use his height as your advantage?
Yeah. I used to box since I was a kid, so the difference now is without gloves. But when I was young, I fight a lot in the school, So I already know how's the feel. Take a shot without a glove. It's no problem for me. I prepare for this.
So would you say, in terms, I've got to ask the same question to you, and obviously any member you've seen that wants to speak up. How do you see the fight planning out from round 1 till the end of the fight?
I think he can handle my reason. I think I will be knocking him out in the third round.
Third round knockout?
Yeah, you can write this.
Third round knockout. Fernando,
sure.
Lucas. So you reckon you say you're going for the third round stoppage?
Yeah, so first of all, I wish to say this straight, you know, there was never trash talk about his opponents. Fernando never. Sorry. Yeah. The first of all, I wish to say like we heard like what you say like about some trash talk or whatever. You know, Fernando always respect everyone opponents, so he never say anything wrong. So, but if this is the way some people want to say, you know, okay, if that's the price gonna be in the fight, no problem, you know. But Fernando going to win, and the last question was.
He was just the last question is he's going obviously Carlos. What round do you think you're gonna
win?
Yeah, what round do you
okay.
Round 3?
Third round. Yeah.
Third round.
He's going for third round stoppage.
Yeah, he go for third round stoppage. You know, third round. He would say.
Never, bro.
Never happened. So,
what do you think? You want dreams. You want dreams.
What do you think? So Fernando say he will be first round. He will be first round.
I'm a friend. Listen, I didn't say I need about you, and I am professional. Okay. You only is here. Only asking to place my equipment the end to the fight this here in 3 dive. You is here for me, okay? No problem for it. This war, this head, okay?
I have to glad.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So as you can hear, you know, Fernando say is just like, you know, he's just because Fernando is here and. You know, it's gonna be a great fight, and he say he's gonna be finished third round.
No, the boss is here. The boss is here. Okay, the boss is here. But no.
You talk shit.
Irmãos, pergunta pro seu empresário quem foi que pediu a luta com você. Pergunta. Talk to your press. Talk to your press, please.
So, what I can say? Fernando say first round.
Because we've got
first round
so
knockout.
it's fair to say that that's going to be a shootout.
I like his confidence.
This confidence is easy. I see you to war. I see you to cage. Okay?
You will see.
The blah blah.
I think this war is on tonight.
Would you say that?
Definitely.
Fair to say from both teams, would you say that the long travel and knowing that you fought a few weeks ago in Russia, do you not think that's going to take impact on you when you're in the octagon tonight? Would you say it's going to have any effect on him or?
Yeah, we talk about this and discuss it, but everything was planned properly. So you guys doing great job, you know. Thank you for understanding that, you know, to be professional and preparation for athletes, you know, and acclimatization and.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy,
Yeah,
but
we
you
got
know,
there,
finally
yeah.
you're doing
We got
great.
there, yeah.
You're doing great job, and
Thank
you so much for that. And he feel great, you know.
Yeah.
He feel
Do you
great.
want to fire anything over?
Any questions, anyone?
Yeah. So
Who to?
you guys said that you guys knew that you were coming down for war. Did you realise that you were going to step into a grudge match?
What do you mean? How do you understand that?
When you come down for war against each other to win the title belt,
Yes.
you now realise that he's saying, because of the shit talk that's gone on between yourselves online, that he's now come to this as a grudge match.
Listen, you know, no matter what he say, you know, we talk about this with the team and Fernando. You know, how do you see this? He came here, he take the belt, and that's it. Wherever, you know, we can talk like, you know, trash talk.
I don't
without
trash
that.
talk. I'm
It's gonna be tough fight.
the hands. My
It's
hands.
gonna be tough fight. You know,
Yeah, but the question that he's really asking you is like he's saying, is this a grudge match? Like, is there fire? Is there a grudge between these two fighters? Because he's making out there's a problem.
You know, Fernando have no any problems.
Right,
you know.
Yeah, that's the question he's asking.
He
He's
got
like
a clear mind, you know, to go for a fight
Yeah.
and take the belt, and that's it.
Fighting someone that has come to the ring with a grudge is definitely different to fighting someone just as a sport. Are you prepared for that?
I am fighting in ring, engage, and only fight. Everything.
So like you see, guys, for him, no matter what kind of the rules gonna be, he is a fighter, he's the warrior, gladiator, and he go to make perform.
What do you think about that?
I prepare to die tonight. Or die or win. Only this.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Or die or win. Yeah.
Would you say, in terms of preparations?
Of course you can, yeah.
Yeah, sound, I can understand Portuguese anyway.
The same question, as mesmas perguntas, mas só que em português para voltar para a galera.
Lógico, beleza.
Como essa coisa, tá bom? O que você acha aí da luta, Boi? Basicamente a mesma coisa que você falou.
É uma luta que eu tava querendo muito, né? Porque todo mundo sabe que já tava rolando uma rixa. Ele tá pagando de duas caras agora, dando essa de falso humilde, dizendo que veio pra lutar. Mas todo mundo tava acompanhando a história, ele tava falando merda pra caralho. E agora que tá cara a cara, ele quer mudar o discurso. Só que aqui não tem duas conversas, entendeu? Eu vim com raiva, na verdade eu sempre luto com raiva, só que agora minha motivação é maior. E vamos nessa. Ele pode falar o que ele quiser. Minha conversa é essa e não muda, o papo aqui é reto.
Não, qual é a pergunta pra ele?
A minha pergunta é que você acha, a expectativa da luta, ou se quiser responder.
Irmão, você é empresário do boi, você sabe quem foi que pediu essa luta. Era para rolar essa luta no Brasil no FMS, só que infelizmente houve um problema lá com vocês no evento e acabou caindo. O meu adversário nessa luta era um americano, ele caiu e a primeira pessoa que eu indiquei foi ele. Então não tem nada se ele falar que eu tenho medo, que eu tenho qualquer coisa contra ele. Eu não gosto de trash talk. A minha mão fala.
Então você é bipolar. Então você é bipolar. Você tá se pagando de doido. Tá se pagando de doido. Tá pagando de doido. Eu vou ter que tirar sua loucura à base do murro hoje. Bora. Vamos ver. Ah, eu não falo, eu falo e faço, porra. Eu falo e faço. Você fica aí com duas conversinhas. Primeiro me xingou, ficou procurando conversinha na minha última luta e depois eu pagar, me marcar. Não me marque nada, irmão. Não sou seu amigo, a gente tá aqui pra lutar. A gente vai sair na mão, entendeu? Vai se fuder na mão e acabou. Porra, é isso e acabou. E nem olhe pra mim, seu otário. Então pronto, a gente conversa de noite, pau no ar. Otário, você é um otário, medroso, duas conversas. O que eu falo, eu faço. Eu não tenho duas conversinhas não, irmão. Então pronto, bora ver. Você vai ser nocauteado por um monte de banha. Vai ser nocauteado. He will be knocked out by a fat belly. Yeah. And after the fight I will drink a beer to satisfy my belly. Okay?
No.
Screw you, man.
So can we get back to English now, yeah?
So is it fair to say in that statement?
Yeah.
What I caught in that statement is what I wanted to.
Everybody told the same thing to me. Oh my god.
Sure. So what would you say in terms of you've got a lot of self-belief, I take it, by the looks of things, and a kind of way that he was commenting on your body conditioning, and stuff like that. But you know yourself,
I don't care. My career is better than him.
So you believe
he know this,
and that's why you've got it in the tank to beat him.
Yeah.
You believe you've got it in the tank to beat him, or you won't be here, would you?
Yeah, for sure.
Boys, there's nothing really more to add to the matter. I think by everyone's actions, the way that they've just gone at it, I think the fight speaks for itself. I mean, you're not going to fly to the other side of the world, are you? Just to cuddle each other. So, is there anyone else want to fire anything else before we do the face-off?
Any more questions from anybody? Any more questions from anyone? Or everyone happy?
How do you feel that he said that you're going to be taken out in the first round?
No. Fernando said he's going to take him out first round.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, he's going to take him out in the first round. How do you feel?
He said third round.
He said he's going to take him in the third round. He said he's going to take him in the first round.
Yeah.
So he's given you credit to say that you're going to be able to handle him for 3 rounds before he takes you out.
Yeah.
You're saying you're going to take him out in the first round. So he's given you ring respect already, and you've given him none.
No respect. I will play after I will kill him.
What are you saying?
Carlos, tell him what you're
Ele perguntou, você disse que ele vai notar ele no terceiro round.
Yeah, of course, come. Carlos.
When you said a minute ago about you're going to kill him, can you say that again for the camera?
English or
Both.
Just make sure I'm
Two linguas.
Ele perguntou pra você.
I say that
Eu vou perguntar em português e.
Beleza.
Ele perguntou aqui pra você agora que você disse que você não bateu ele no terceiro round. E ele disse que não bateu você no primeiro.
Exatamente, ele falou que é porque eu tô dando crédito a ele. Não, não é. É porque primeiro eu vou brincar, quando eu cansar de brincar com ele, que eu vou matar ele, entendeu? Não é porque eu respeito ele que vai ser no terceiro. É porque eu quero que seja no terceiro.
So as we wrap it up, I think that this fight speaks volumes.
Yeah, one more question, is it?
Any more
You got a
questions?
question, boys?
No. In the belt?
No touching, guys. No touching, boys. No touching, boys. No touching, come on.
Yeah, tonight, okay? Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, boys.
Save it for the ring, boys.
Good work, boys. Você vai lutar pelo que você fala. Você não quer bater no pezão, eu quero ver, eu vou te matar. Eu tô sem.
The definition of the word discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people, especially on the grounds of race, age, sex, or disability. The travelling community in the UK and all over the world still face discrimination not only as a culture, but as individuals on a day-to-day basis. As a society, we are still evolving and adapting to many different cultures and religious beliefs. But one opinion we all have remains universal: to treat each other with kindness and respect, and to accept every individual and family, no matter what their race, creed, colour or background, into our society with open arms. The Joyce family have allowed Art Productions to view their family culture and history to help break down the social barriers and misconceptions surrounding not just the Joyce family, but the travelling community as a whole. We at Art Productions fully support this attitude and firmly stand by our company motto: vision is everything.
Because like they say in life, there's gypsies, tramps and thieves in all of us. It's just that we're over-exaggerated.